We are working to flatten the curve by social distancing. The same practice makes grieving and closure nearly impossible for many people.
A Legacy Health employee is sharing his experience after losing his father and having to share his last days with him on FaceTime. Our Fox 12's Brenna Kelly joins us now live with their story. Brenna?
Well, Darren Birch says the biggest reason grief has changed for him is that we're all isolated right now. These feelings are still very real, yet we're not able to come together to mourn.
Darren Birch has been redeployed in Legacy Health, transitioning from physician outreach liaison for the system to now working in the Legacy Emmanuel Emergency Operations Command Center in communications. Right now, he's still going into work. He says the support system from his colleagues at the hospital has been so important. His father, who died 2 weeks ago, was living in a care facility in Vancouver, Washington. In the days leading up to his passing, only Darren's mother was able to visit in person, leaving Darren and his sister to FaceTime their father. As hard as the visitor restrictions were, Darren supports and completely understands them, but it didn't make it any easier.
It feels like it's just hanging in existence. I think that's the hardest part of this, is that I'm trying to seek comfort where there isn't any, which is human interaction. And FaceTime is great, phone calls are fantastic, but it just doesn't replace that human connection. We can't get together really as a family. We can't have a memorial service. We're originally from Kansas, and we can't go fly back and have a big memorial service for my father.
Darren wants people who are in his position to try to remember your loved one is being so well cared for, that if you can, to make a connection with the healthcare workers at the hospital or care facility your family member is in. He says they're going to be your anchor through this time. Darren and his family members were allowed in to say goodbye the night before his father died. He couldn't say enough wonderful words about the staff there.
That last visit, we were so grateful to be there. We were so grateful for the time that we had, and we were so grateful that he wasn't suffering anymore. I couldn't say grateful enough in the last couple of weeks since his passing, to be honest with you. It's just been my word of choice.
And coming up at 5 o'clock, I spoke to Legacy's Director of Behavioral Health. She has some insight about how this extended grief we're all feeling and how best to deal with loss right now. Reporting live in Portland, Brenna Kelly, Fox 12 Oregon.